Hello, everybody, and welcome into tonight's broadcast. I'm Samuel Reese, excited to be coming to you live this Friday evening and from National Indoor Stadium in Beijing, China. The Winter Olympics carry on, just the second game of the tournament for both of these rivals. Canada take on the United States in the men's ice hockey tournament. Today's lead official from Latvia, a mixed crew. Some of the other officials from Scandinavian countries, as Claude Julien is the head coach of Team Canada. Jeremy Colleton, his assistant. Of course, Claude Julien, former Bruins and Canadiens head coach. Meanwhile, for the United States, another familiar name in charge, Mike Quinn, former Rangers head coach. Between the pipes for Canada, Eddie Pasquale. Pasquale played all 60 minutes in the opening game, just conceding one goal against Germany, a 5-1 victory over the Germans for Canada 2 days ago. Scott Young, by the way, is Quinn's assistant coach. As we are ready for puck drop, Strauss Mann gets the start this afternoon for the red, white, and blue. 23-year-old is ready to go. A very young team for the U.S. The same can be said for Canada. Of course, no NHL players allowed to participate at this year's Olympics due to COVID-19. But we get to see what the future looks like. 4 of the 5 top draft picks are featuring in this game, and the U.S.-Canada rivalry, even if it's not best against best, never gets old. We're underway from Beijing, game number 2 in Group A for both of these teams. What's good, Nate? What's good, Jeffrey? Welcome in to the broadcast, guys. Glad to see you here late night and 11:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Puck drop 12:10 in the afternoon, Saturday in Beijing. They're 13 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone here in the U.S., as there were already a couple of big hits early, and a whistle comes 24 seconds into the action. Canada in red, the U.S. in white. As I mentioned, Canada defeated Germany 5-1 in its opening game. For the U.S., they handled China quite well. 8-0 was the final score, as China is playing in their very first Olympic Games in hockey as the host country. And a little bit of controversy regarding their team, made up of mostly North American players who gained Chinese citizenship due to playing in China for the Kunlun Red Stars, who actually play in the KHL, the Russian league, as that shot's fired in from the right wing, and a nice stop made by Strauss Mann in net for the U.S. tonight. And now it's chased down along the end boards by the United States. It's flipped into the neutral zone, where it's claimed by Matt Nyes. The U.S. will reset back behind their own net. Yes, I did see that, Jeffrey. Yep, Celtics beat the Nuggets tonight. What's good, Steve? USA is right, as Canada have a chance, and they score. It's a redirection in front, and the Canadians strike early. 18:36 left in the first period, and it looks like with the goal for Team Canada was Matt Robinson. That first line for the Canadians cashing in early. A lot of pressure from Canada, and it resulted in a couple of chances. First shot saved by Mann, but then second attempt, there might have been a redirection in front as Canada get the early lead. Well, that's not the start the United States were looking for. Matt Robinson is credited with the goal. Hosang and Eric Stahl, former NHL player, credited with the assists. And let's see how the USA now respond. Canada obviously have Owen Power, who has been a big talk. He'll likely be the first pick in this year's NHL draft. Some of these players on both the US and Canada took part in the World Juniors, which got canceled midway through because of COVID outbreaks. That took place at the end of December. What's good, ranting New York Rangers? USA is right. We got a lot of USA support in here. But unfortunately, Canada does have an early lead. There's another chance in the slot and a nice save made by Mann. I will say the Canadian numbers are in dark black, and it's very hard to see on their red jerseys. So this is, I mean, I wouldn't call it a nightmare for a commentator, but it's pretty bad, as that's a through the legs attempt and a second try, which Strauss-Mann covers up. 17:37 remaining in the opening period from Beijing. Matt Robinson now getting on the score sheet for the first time this tournament. Didn't even have a shot against Germany. As the U.S. win the defensive zone face-off. Cross-ice feed by the Americans, and now brought ahead down the right wing, and they score! The United States tie the game. Just like that, the score is level. 1-1. That's the captain, Andy Nhl, who cashes in for the red, white, and blue. Wow. It's really the first chance of the game for the U.S. In transition on the rush. And Nhl on the backhand, absolutely roofing it. No time to react for the Canadian goaltender, Eddie Pasquale. The captain, Andy Nhl, 2:34 into the game, has pulled the U.S. level. So what a start to this rivalry game. 1-1 already from Beijing. Andy Nhl on that first line for the U.S. Back with the puck is Aaron Ness. He's an alternate captain for this team. So Matt Robinson opened the scoring for Canada, but since then, the United States tying it, courtesy of a goal from Andy Nhl. Now this is taken through the neutral zone by Matty Beniers. Beniers, who is actually from Hingham, Massachusetts, just a few towns over from where I live. By the way, 5 players on this U.S. team who are 19 years of age. In Pyeongchang 4 years ago, where there also were no NHL players allowed, the U.S. went for more veteran players who were playing in leagues like the KHL and the German league, and even some from the AHL. But this is a college-heavy roster for the U.S. in particular. Canada have a number of college players as well on their team. A few exceptions, of course, to that, but it's a very young side as it's taken down the right wing and fed out in front by Ben Myers all the way through to the left wing, and now Canada will move the puck through the neutral zone. It's retrieved by Aaron Ness. Ness circles around the Canadian goal. The Russians, the favorites in this tournament, just because the KHL is, in many people's eyes, the second best league in the world, and with no NHL players here, the Russians still can count on a lot of high-quality KHL players. That's a big hit delivered down for Canada went Adam Tambellini. That's turned over in a dangerous area, and a pass out in front. The one-time shot covered up by Mann. It was Tambellini with the opportunity in the slot. A sloppy giveaway by the USA, and Canada nearly made them pay, but Mann with a nice save. In the first game for the U.S., Drew Commesso was the starting goaltender against China, but it looks like they're going to alternate their starting goalies between Commesso and Mann, and so far, so good from Mann. It's Nhl against Wheel here in the face-off to the right of Mann. Canada win the draw. A nice block shot. Second chance from the left point, and another block by the U.S. What's good, Vaughn? Welcome in. And yeah, I agree, man. It's great to see college players getting a chance on the big stage in the Olympics. I mean, as much of a bummer as it is, you know, with the NHL players not able to play in these Olympics, it's still cool. Yeah, seeing these college players get an opportunity, and these are the top college players in the world. Um, so we're seeing really the next generation here. These are going to be some, if not already, we've already seen some of these guys be top draft picks. But even for those who haven't been drafted yet, a lot of them will be drafted pretty high very soon in the NHL. So certainly players to watch out for down the road. As this is taken behind the net by the United States, it's Matty Beniers. Beniers up top to the right point. By the way, the U.S. getting Jake Sanderson suited up tonight. He was dealing with COVID, just arrived in Beijing the other day. Had to miss the China game as he flew in from Los Angeles. Canada cleared the zone. It's out to center ice where it's picked up by Jake Sanderson, who I just mentioned, of course. He's on the third line tonight, or this afternoon in China, just because he only had one practice with the team, I think. As Canada take it down the left wing, the wrister saved. Now it's up to the high slot where it's skated ahead by Eric Stahl, a familiar name for many. Spent a lot of time in the NHL, and that puck deflects up and out of play. A chance there for number 22, Owen Power. Owen Power, a young star in this league. A look at the 2021 NHL draft. Owen Power did go number 1 to Buffalo. Matty Beniers on the U.S. went number 2 to Seattle. Mason McTavish on Canada went number 3 to Anaheim. And then Kent Johnson, also from Canada, was picked number 5 by the Columbus Blue Jackets. So it's a loaded talent pool between the U.S. and Canada. 4 out of the top 5 draft picks in this past year's NHL draft featuring in this game. Owen Power plays at Michigan. What's good? Rohan, welcome in, man. Glad to see you. Yes, there are a few AHL players. I want to say there are 2 AHL players, Jeffrey, on the U.S. anyways. I don't think any from Canada. Yeah, I want to say there's a couple AHL players, yeah, but not many. It's mainly college players. Some players who play in Europe too, like Steven Kampfer, who used to play for the Bruins, now plays in the KHL in Russia. There's also a player on the U.S. who plays in Germany for Ingolstadt, if I'm not mistaken. As we resume play, and a quick shot covered up by Man. 13:33 left here in the opening period. The shots on goal, 6-2 Canada early on from Beijing. Sorry, folks, trying to sort out a setting that's not cooperating as Canada will reset. Now it's sent through the neutral zone. Tapped ahead by Team Canada. That was Mason McTavish on the puck, one of those players who was drafted in the top 5 in this past NHL's draft. Over 7 minutes in. Gaining the line down the right wing is Josh Ho-Sang, who had an assist on the opening Canadian goal. Do I know Ben Street? I'm not too familiar with him, but yes, I do know that he's let me look at my roster here. Hold on. I do remember doing a little bit of research on him. Yeah, he's on the third line tonight for Canada, but I don't know a whole lot about him. I wish I could have done more research on all of these players, but I was busy earlier tonight covering my school's basketball game, so I didn't have as much preparation time as I wanted to for this broadcast, but it is what it is. Here come Canada down the left wing. And sweeping in for the steal is Nick Shore. Here's a cross ice pass. The one-timer gloved out of the air by the netminder, Eddie Pasquale. A good chance down that left wing for Brian O'Neill. O'Neill with the one-time effort, and Pasquale a little too far over to his right, perhaps. That's why he had to really stretch out that left glove of his to make the save, or else it could have been a second goal for the United States. After this game, Canada's last group game will be against China, and for the U.S., they'll play Germany on Super Bowl Sunday that morning. As is usual in the Olympics, quick turnarounds between games, some back-to-back games, but the most rest you're going to get between games, in all likelihood, is just one day. It's usually every other day for the most part. Yes, that's right, Jeffrey. Aaron Ness is a Providence Bruins player. Yes, I knew there was one player who played for the Providence Bruins, but I couldn't remember who it was. Yes, that is Ness, who I haven't actually been to a Providence Bruins game since before COVID. I got to get back to one. But yes, you're quite familiar with these players from the KHL. That's good, Vaughn. Yeah, I don't really follow the KHL, so you're definitely more familiar with these players than I am. I'm sure of that. That'll be covered up as it was taken along the end boards by Jack McBain. Owen Power so far for Canada. One shot on goal over the course of the two games so far in the Olympics. A +3, plus minus when on ice, but no goals yet. Nor assists. He has no goals, no assists so far, but I'm sure that will change soon for the young phenom. That shot turned aside by Mann. Canada keep it in the offensive zone, or do they? No, it went back into the neutral zone. So offside called on Eric Stahl, the former longtime NHL player. Canada will take it behind the net. Now it's in the far corner where the U.S. clear out to the neutral zone. What's good, Ben? Welcome in. Glad to see you here, man. Can you watch the game on DirecTV? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can. I don't know what channel number it is on DirecTV because I have Xfinity, but this game is on the USA Network. So if you have the USA Network on DirecTV, that's where you'll find this game. We're midway through the opening period. Canada and the USA 1-1 the score. That's gloved out of the air by Brendan Brisson. Kept in the offensive zone by the USA. Nathan Smith attacking the puck. And still fighting forward on the right wing. Yeah, these Canada numbers are just impossible to read. I can barely make them out. Black on red is not a good idea. There was Jason Demers for the Canadians. 1-1 the score. Two early goals. First, Canada opened the scoring, and then the U.S. with a goal of their own as this puck's loose in front, and somehow Canada can't jam it home. Out of position momentarily was Mann, but the United States managed to clear. This is taken up the right side by Adam Cracknell, who fires one off the end boards. Now the puck fought for along the boards, and it's claimed by Matty Beniers. That puck deflects out of play for a stoppage in the action. Wheel got a touch on it for Canada. 1-1 the score. just past the midway point of the opening period. A flashback to the 2010 gold medal game in Vancouver, the U.S. defeating Canada on their home soil, stunning the crowd on hand in Vancouver. If I remember correctly, it was an epic game, back and forth action. Oh, no. Sorry. 2010 was when Canada won. I beg your pardon. I was thinking, I believe, of 20. What year did the U.S. win? Canada won that one in overtime. Sorry, I was thinking of the wrong year. Sidney Crosby scored the game-winning goal. I was only 6 years old at the time. But yeah, those are the good old days when the NHL players were able to participate. The last time that was the case was 2014 in Sochi. I remember the U.S. beat Russia in an epic shootout. TJ Oshie was the hero in that game. How did I watch the Winter Olympics in 2018? What do you mean, Vaughn? What do you mean, how did I watch it? And as the shots on goal are 11-3 in Canada's favor, they win the face-off here in the neutral zone. Am I going to do the PSG Real Madrid match? Yes, I'm hoping to, Rohan. I'm really hoping to. The only problem is the game starts like right when I'm coming home from school, so it's very difficult. But I'm going to try to, man. I can't make any promises, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. 8:36 left in the opening period. David Quinn, former New York Rangers coach in charge of Team USA. They win the defensive zone draw, and it's brought ahead by Brian Cooper. Down to the corner goes Cooper. He'll swing it to the far side. Up to the point. Moved over to the left wing. Turned aside by Pasquale. The U.S. still in the offensive zone, looking for their first lead of the game. And now Canada exit the zone. It's brought the other way by Adam Cracknell. U.S. recover. And we'll start back up. This is Jake Sanderson. A nice deep pass sent in for Brian O'Neill, and a shot in front. Loose puck, rebound, moved over to the left wing with Warsofsky. And now Canada will attempt the clearance and get it out of their zone. Retrieved by the USA. Nick Perbix with the pass ahead, and now fought for by Brendan Brisson. Oh, that's my bad, Vaughn. I completely misread your comment there. You said, did I watch it? My bad. Sorry. I am really tired, as you might tell. Sorry about that, Vaughn. Yeah, I did watch the Olympics in 2018. Yeah, I remember well. I remember very well watching some of the hockey, although it was at very strange hour since it was in South Korea. Just like this year, it's in the games are at very strange hours because it's in China. But yeah, I did watch a bit of the Olympics in 2018. Sorry, Vaughn, I completely misread your question, man. Now in the far side in front of the U.S. bench, it's Nathan Smith. Back over to Perbix. 6:15 remaining in the opening period from Beijing. The winner will go atop Group A. Canada defeating Germany in their opener. The U.S. winning against China. China and Germany squaring off later today. And that's a save made by Pasquale. Under 6 minutes remaining in the opening period. This puck comes back to Brock Faber. And Faber will hold it behind the American net as the U.S. make a line change. Matty Beniers turns it over, and now Canada down the right wing may have a chance. Looking for a redirection there was Canada as it was fired in front of goal. Another chance from the point, and man makes the stop through traffic. Barbario with the one-time effort as the on-ice crew comes out to clean the ice a bit. So many current NCAA college hockey players on Team USA. In fact, I believe it's 14 to be exact, and it's just awesome to see these college players getting an opportunity to represent their country at the Olympics. And of course, the college hockey season is still going on right now. So those college teams missing some of their best players who are off to Beijing for about 3 weeks before they return just before the NCAA tournament starts. And not only a lot of college players playing here in the Olympics for hockey, but a lot of colleges being represented too. It's not like the 1980 Miracle on Ice team, which was mainly players who played at for Boston schools or Minnesota schools. Much more diverse here in these Olympics. So many great college programs in this country as Strauss-Mann, the U.S. goalie, has some type of equipment malfunction. He gets his mask fixed up. He's made 11 saves on 12 shots so far. My thoughts about Barca's growth, Rohan? I mean, yeah, they've been looking better the last few weeks, which is certainly reason to be optimistic, I'd say. Well, what do you mean, will they come back? Like to win the league? No, I don't think there's a chance. But when you say will they come back, do you mean getting a Champions League spot? Then yeah, okay, I could see that happening. I think they should be finishing top four, but I think it'll take a little bit more patience still before we can talk about them being La Liga contenders once more. But we'll see. Here's a shot from the left wing. Save made. The rebound loose. Canada can't clear. Another chance. That's blocked. Rebound in front and a great full extension stop by Pasquale. The Canadian goaltender coming up big time as Canada clear their end, and that puck is iced. It was Abruzzese with the chance, the Harvard player, nearly putting the Americans in front. Abruzzese just right in front of the goal crease, making things real difficult for Pasquale. And that was a fantastic stop. Shots on goal now 12-10 Canada. You just get the sense that the U.S. are settling in more and more after Canada were on the front foot to start this game. There's a shot from the left wing turned aside by Pasquale. Now along the end boards, it's Brendan Brisson for the U.S. Brisson will shovel it around the end boards over to the left wing. It'll be left for Sean Farrell, who had a hat trick against China in the opener. Left wing, a nice sharp pass across ice by Aaron Ness. And now Canada clear it out to center. Canada back in the offensive zone, 3:40 to go here in the opening period of play. That shot wide of the net. Canada still with it. Over to the right point. It's sent down low for Eric Stahl. Here is Stahl to the left point. One-timer wide of the net. Canada just not really testing man enough in these last few minutes. Providence College is ranked 11 for college basketball. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Yeah, I think that's true, Rohan. Barca currently have the best young players. Yeah, I mean, they do have a lot of them. You meant back to their winning ways? Well, that'll take a little bit of time, I think. Do I think that China will get a gold in the Olympics? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, but we'll see. We'll see. Now down the right wing, the U.S. will chase this puck down. Centering pass, and it's turned aside. 2:25 left in the opening period. And that will be a whistle at the line, offside called. Just a few minutes remaining. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to figure out there's something wrong with my computer at the moment. I'm not able to upload a picture for the intermission. I'm not sure why. But well, 2 minutes remaining now as 1-1 is the score. I don't think Vaughn's supporting China, Rohan. I don't know where you got that from. Vaughn's from the U.S. like me. He's supporting the United States. Or at least I think. Vaughn can attest to that himself as Matty Beniers will swing it to the left wing. Big hit delivered there on Nick Abruzzese. 90 seconds remaining in the period. That puck gets out to center ice. And a near turnover there, but a good recovery by Nick Perbix. And now gaining the line down the left wing is Sanderson. A chance in the slot, and they score! The United States takes the lead. 1:16 left in the period. 2-1 USA. They've scored the last 2 goals now. And with the goal is Ben Myers. The Americans have their first lead of the game. And yeah, they've really been taking over this game here in the second part of the first period. Back-to-back goals for the United States. Team USA watch party taking place back in the States. Of course, very limited amount of spectators allowed, and they're all Chinese citizens from the area. No foreign spectators allowed at these Olympic Games due to COVID-19. Ben Myers putting the U.S. in front. 45 seconds remaining in the period. It's passed into the slot, and Canada take over. This is laid off by Mason McTavish. And now sent around the wall by Josh Hosang. U.S. will chip it ahead, and now a 2-on-2 emerging the other way. Canada intervened. 23 seconds left in the period. That's picked up by Aaron Ness. He lost it. Canada, maybe one more chance. That shot wide of the target from Eric Odell. 6 seconds left in the period. And driving ahead with it is Matt Nees. But time will just about run out. Not quite. Offside called by the official with 0.9 remaining. How about Ben Myers, who went 5-hole on the Canadian goalkeeper, Eddie Pasquale. Face off here in the neutral zone, and that'll just about do it for the period. In the draw for Canada is Eric Odell. He goes head-to-head with Matty Beniers. And taking a little bit longer than perhaps expected for the official to drop the puck as Knees was going at it with a Canadian that appeared to be Daniel Winnick. And finally, the puck dropped and the period comes to a close. We've played 20 minutes from the National Indoor Arena in Beijing, China. It's the United States leading Canada 2-1 at the first intermission. Canada struck early, but the United States weren't phased one bit. They responded just how head coach David Quinn was looking for them to do as they scored 2 unanswered. Ben Myers putting the U.S. in front at the very tail end of the period. I'll be back with the first intermission report in a moment. It's the Winter Olympics ice hockey tournament Group A action between these two North American rivals. The first intermission report is next. All right, welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. Sorry for the weird graphics during the commercial breaks. My computer is really acting up. I'm not sure what's going on there. Valentine's Day is coming up. No, I don't have anyone, Rohan, unfortunately. But yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I believe that's Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Going back to the first period of action in this one between Canada and the U.S. Gotta love the response from the United States after not the best of starts. 19th matchup all time in Olympic play between these two great rivals. This rivalry never gets old. They were paired into the same group. By the way, for those of you unfamiliar with the format, in the men's hockey tournament, there are 12 teams in the tournament. Therefore, three groups of 4. Every team advances to the next round. However, only the top 4 teams, so the 3 group winners and the best group runner-up, get a bye, if you like, and then all the other 8 teams have to play in a qualification round to advance to the quarterfinals. So there is plenty on the line still here in the preliminary round, as they call it. And you can tell just the way this game's been played so far that this game means more than just a regular old preliminary round game. Yes, the loser isn't eliminated, but it's Canada versus the US. It's a fierce rivalry that never gets old. I thought the way the US bounced back was impressive, because after conceding so early on to Canada, they were able to quickly, just about a minute or two later, get a goal from their captain in Andy Mille, and Mille with a great backhanded finish as he absolutely roofed it into the top of the net. And then after that goal, really, the US gained a whole lot of confidence, I felt like, and managed to build some momentum, create more chances than Canada, and ultimately getting that leading goal at the very end of that first period, pretty much, as Ben Myers put the U.S. in front for the first time. Well, that's good, Kurhan. Welcome. And you forgot where the Olympics are being held. They're being held in Beijing, China, Karam. Yeah. The Winter Olympics are in Beijing. I don't know if you're just joking with me or what, but yes, they are taking place in Beijing, so 13-hour time difference. So it's currently about 1 p.m. on Saturday afternoon there in China, as I'll step aside for a quick moment and look ahead to period 2 between Canada and the USA. Stick around. Welcome back into the first intermission report, everybody, as there's been plenty of action already early in the day in Beijing at the Winter Olympics. Not just in hockey, of course, but in snowboarding. There were competitions earlier in the day. I'm not sure what the event is called, but I was actually watching some of it earlier, and it looks really cool. It's basically a race in snowboarding on a bunch of mini hills, and the US came out on top in that competition, which is what you love to see. And there it is. It's called Mixed Team Snowboard Cross. Nick Baumgartner and Lindsay Jacobellis claiming gold. It's Jacobellis' second gold medal in these Olympics. So congrats to them. Great to see the U.S. get a gold medal. Hopefully they can climb up that medal race. They were, I believe, tied for 6th heading into the day. But still a lot of Olympics still to go. Just over a week remaining in these Winter Olympics. And I'll be back after the break for second period action from Beijing. The United States leading Canada 2-1. The middle period is coming your way next. So stick around as we close in on midnight Eastern time. And welcome back into the broadcast. Matt Robinson scored the opening goal of the game, his first goal of the tournament, a minute 24 in, but just 70 seconds after that, Andy Mille with his first goal of the tournament to tie the game. And then late in the first period, it was Ben Myers on the third line for the U.S., putting the red, white, and blue in front. We'll see if the U.S. can carry that momentum into the second period. I promise you, after this break, we get back to the ice at the National Indoor Arena in Beijing, China. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, I'm sure, Rohan. Yeah, luckily the US are good in the US is good in a lot of sports. So usually at the Olympics, the Summer Olympics, the US are usually really good. Winter Olympics, it's definitely much more competitive, but we shall see how that medal race plays out. Second period is on the other side, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Oh, wait, before I step aside, what's good, Bobby? Just saw you in the chat before I stepped aside quickly. Hope you're doing well, Bobby. Appreciate you stopping by, man. This late at night, too. These Olympic hockey games have been at very strange times, obviously, with the 13-hour time difference. But yeah, I know you've been going through some tough times, Bobby, but we all got your back, man, and keep on fighting. We know you'll get through it, man. And so best of luck. For those of you who don't know Bobby, he's a great guy. Definitely recommend checking out his channel for sure. Bobby's a great guy. No matter who you are, I think once you really find out, just if you discover his channel and see and just watch a few of his videos, you'll find out what a great person he is. So I appreciate you stopping by, Bobby, and hope you're doing better right now, man. And I will be right back for the second period. So stick around. Just got to do something real quickly, but it's the second period of Canada US after this quick break. All right, I'm back just like that. I was going to go upstairs to get a drink, but both teams are heading back to the ice. So we are ready for the start of the second period. And oh, that is great to hear, Bobby. That is great to hear, man. I'm glad to hear that. Awesome, man. That's awesome. Awesome news, man. Yeah, I'll try to I try to watch all your videos I can. Sometimes I miss an update now and again, so I appreciate the update, Bobby, and that is wonderful to hear, man. Awesome news. David Quinn, head coach of the United States, former coach of the New York Rangers. Yeah, it's gonna be a long road, as you say, but I know you got it in you to fight it all off, man. I know you've got this. So just stay positive, man, and myself and everyone else has got your we've got your back, man. We've got your back, and we know you're gonna do very well in your on your long road, as you say, but you'll get it done, man. I know it. And that's good to hear that things are looking good so far. That's a great sign. And as that puck deflects out of play just 5 seconds into the period, we're underway here in the second. And yeah, I apologize, folks, if I'm, a little off since I am a little tired. It's been, uh, you know, it's been. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about the week it's been. A lot of other people are worse off than I am, obviously. So no complaining here, but it has been a pretty long week at school. I will say, not getting as much sleep as I probably should. So hopefully I don't fall asleep by the time we get to the third period. Um, but I'll try to stay awake because that puck deflects out of play. A nice stop by the goaltender Strauss-Mann. It was an opportunity down the left wing for Mason McTavish, who is the number 4 pick or rather the number 3 pick in the most recent NHL draft. Although I don't know if Mann did get a touch. Maybe he got part of his glove on that puck. Yeah, that's right, Bobby. 100%, man. Us massholes do love to fight. 100%, man. You've already got that trait in you, so that's a good start. Shots on goal 13-12 US. It's been a very even contest so far, as one would expect between these two rivals. Big hit delivered in open ice by Canada. As I mentioned in the first period, these Canadian numbers are almost impossible to make out. Black on red was not the brightest idea. And even the US, I mean, I can make them out a lot better, but still white on blue and white isn't great either. I've noticed that Olympic jerseys overall are not the most commentator friendly. You just subbed to Bobby. That's awesome, Rohan. There you go, Bobby. You got a subscriber from India. I know. I do need to catch up to Bobby. No, Bobby's been doing a great job, man. His streams are a good time. But yeah, he's almost at 5,000 subs. He's been killing it, man. Yeah, but exactly, Rohan. You've been hearing that the NHL wants a World Cup of Hockey in 2024. Yeah, that would be interesting, Vaughn. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. We haven't had a World Cup of Hockey in a while. I just want to see a tournament, whether it's a World Cup of Hockey or an Olympics where, it's the best of the best and the NHL players are participating. Yes, that's covered up by Mann. Face-off will take place to his left. Eric Stahl with the chance in front of goal. Stahl, a former Stanley Cup champion. 17:40 left in the second period. Sean Farrell had a hat trick against China in the opener. That was Thursday night in Beijing. Thursday morning here in the States. I was at school during the game, so I only could watch the highlights, but as expected, the U.S. dominating China in that opening game of these Olympics. Oh, and look at this. Under trouble is Pasquale, and the U.S. capitalize. A backhanded goal for Brisson. 3-1. 3 unanswered goals for the red, white, and blue. Wow. A bad mistake by the Canadian goaltender, Eddie Pasquale. And the U.S. there to pounce. Pasquale trying to clear it behind the net, but closing him down was Nathan Smith, and he found Brendan Brisson in front, who made no mistake on the backhanded finish as Pasquale was still out of position. And a partial open net to shoot at for Brisson, who wasn't missing from there. 3-1 USA. Wow. So how about this? Ever since Canada scored that early goal, the United States have come roaring back, as that's an icing call against Canada. Sounds great, Bobby. I'm sure it has been a long week for you, but yeah, you have a great weekend, man. Take it easy, and I'll try to crush my stream, man. I haven't done a stream this late at night in a while, but I'm gonna try my best, and I'll see you later. Thanks so much for stopping by, Bobby, and yeah, keep up the fight, man. I'll definitely stay in touch and continue to check in on things. The NHL might make a comeback in the 2026 Olympics. Yeah, I sure hope so, Vaughn. I'd like to see that, man. Yeah, the U.S. men's hockey team. I mean, this is only their second game of the Olympics, Rohan, but yeah, I mean, they're beating they beat China, which was expected, 8-0. But this was going to be the first real test against Canada, and here they are leading 3-1. So yeah, so far so good from the US, no doubt about it. All right, Bobby, have a good one, man. Karam asks, do I like Jason Tatum? I mean, at times, yes. At other times, not so much, as there's another chance in front, and it's saved off the line. Pasquale somehow kept it out, as the chance was there for the taking in the slot. And Nick Abruzzese nearly had a goal. But Pasquale in the end covers up, as there was a little scruffle in front of the net. Both teams getting real physical. Canada right now just have no answer for the U.S., who continue to pile on the pressure and create opportunities. Excuse me. A 3-1 lead for the United States. Second preliminary game. Remember, all three group winners automatically to the quarterfinals, plus the best group runner-up. All the other 8 teams have to play in a qualification round, as icing's called against the U.S. Noah Cates, an alternate captain for the U.S., trying to chase that puck down. Face-off coming back in the Canadian zone, or rather the U.S. zone, offensive zone for Canada. Claude Julien with a concerned look on his face. This is actually his first game in charge. Had to miss the Germany game because he was recovering in Switzerland from, I believe, a punctured lung. Yeah, very interesting. Team Canada were in Switzerland to prepare for this tournament, and apparently when they were doing some team bonding, someone had the great idea to go sledding, or not, to go sledding, I believe it was, which is probably not the best idea to go sledding, I assume, in the Alps when you're preparing for the Olympics. And Claude Julien, the coach, decided to partake in that, and the 61-year-old apparently crashed into a tree and suffered a pretty serious injury, but was able to recover and make it here to Beijing for game number 2. Fresh skaters on the ice for the U.S. as this will be taken up by Brock Faber. Faber on the second line. He'll dump it in deep. 5 minutes gone in period 2 from China. Indirect pass off the wall, and Canada turn the puck over. This is sent in deep, where it's Andy Mille chasing it down. Chance in front, and a nice save by Pasquale. A big stop there as this is sent diagonally into the corner by Jack McBain. The U.S. will clear, and Pasquale passes ahead for Owen Power. USA will clear the zone and now advance into the offensive zone. Chance of the backdoor and another stop by Pasquale. The opportunity was a good one for Maddie Beniers. 14 minutes left in period 2. Now down the right wing, it's Nick Abruzzese. Bouncing puck, tight angle shot, and it's turned aside by Pasquale. The chance that time for Matt Nees. Nice. Feeds it across. It was a good idea, but broken up at the last second by Canada's Mason McTavish. McTavish has been a prominent figure in this one so far, but Canada just with no momentum on their side at the moment. It's taken in the neutral zone by McTavish. Behind the net. Getting a touch on it was Mann. Canada keep it in the offensive zone, and that shot just wide of the net. 13 minutes left in period 2. We haven't had a whistle in a little bit now. 3-1 U.S. in front after trailing 1-0 early on. The U.S. and Canada would be the favorites in normal circumstances where NHL players were allowed, but with that not being the case, U.S. and Canada not favorites in this competition. Both teams certainly capable, I'd say, of at least making the semifinals. But as I mentioned earlier, the Russian Olympic Committee listed as the favorites. I think the U.S. are 5th favorites in this tournament. So we'll see what they can do. Maybe surprise some people and make a deep run. Both teams will make changes. Here's the long pass forward, and it's intercepted by Brock Faber of the U.S. Over to the right side, it's Nathan Smith into the offensive zone. Canada come away with it. This will be an icing call. Finally a whistle with 11:50 to go in the period. I will say the one thing I like about Olympic hockey, no commercials through the whole period, which is nice. Look at University of Michigan's leading scorers this season. Maddie Beniers is in first in that category. Then it's Brisson in second. Kent Johnson follows, and then Owen Power. 2 American players, 2 Canadian players. The parents of Brendan Brisson, Pat and Kim, watching on in USA gear as this is a chance, and a nice save again by Pasquale. Andy Mille looking for his second of the night. That's the cool thing about this. Yes, US and Canada are big rivals, but in this specific instance, these specific Olympics where it's mainly college players for both of these nations, you get to see players who play for the same college facing off here on the Olympic stage as Eric Stahl is denied by the glove of Mann, and now the referees will have to split the players up. Looked like Ness was going at it with Winnick. (3-1) the USA in front. Still good amount of time left in this game. We're about midway through from Beijing. Yeah, a bit of pushing and shoving in front of the net after that puck was saved by Strassman. What's good, Kevin? We got Kevin in the house. Am I streaming the Super Bowl? Yes, that is the plan, Kevin. I do plan on streaming the Super Bowl, so can't wait for that Sunday night when the Rams and Bengals face off. Thanks everyone, by the way, for sticking around. I know for those of you on the West Coast, it's not too late, but those of you like me on the East Coast, it is officially Saturday, 12:13 a.m. It's currently 1:13 p.m. Saturday afternoon, where this game's taking place in China. Kevin says Rams easy win. I don't know about that, man. I mean, I think the Rams will win, but I wouldn't say easy win. But we'll see. It was a broken stick on the shot from the left point. Yeah, 9:14 over there. I know it. Yeah, you guys are 3 hours behind me. So out on the West Coast. No, that's turned over by Myers. Now out to center ice where it's moved ahead by Owen Power. Pass in front, broken up by the U.S. Shots on goal, 19-14 U.S. Canada had the edge early in that category, but since the United States has taken over, Sanderson back to pick it up. And now behind the U.S. net, man will leave it for his teammate. Canada forced a turnover, and that shot just wide. It was a good look for Corbin Knight. We are officially at the midway point of the second period, and therefore the midway point of this game. 3-1 U.S. in front. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you're right, Karam. Although I don't know. I don't know if Joe Burrow stays in Cincinnati. I'm not sure how many more times he's going to have a chance at the Super Bowl. But yeah, Matthew Stafford, being the veteran he is, yeah, definitely in need of a, excuse me, Super Bowl title. I wouldn't say the Bengals aren't even that good when they just beat Kansas City, but we'll see, Kevin. We'll see, man. Great part of these Olympics is seeing the watch parties back home, the families of these players watching on. Of course, they would prefer to be there in attendance, but with the COVID restrictions, that's just not possible this year. But it's still cool how they're showing all the watch parties taking place. Oh man, I'm getting more and more tired by the minute, but we're gonna make it, folks. We're gonna make it. So face off here in the neutral zone. Yeah. 9:44 left in the second. This puck fought for along the end boards, and giving it away was, I believe, Aaron Ness. As this puck's back out to the neutral zone. Someone lost a helmet as Canada are in the slot. This is laid off and a great move, but losing the handle right at the end was, I couldn't even read the number. It might have been for Canada, Josh Ho-Sang, although I'm not entirely sure. All right, Kevin. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be to, well, yeah, 1 o'clock your time, but for my time, it's this game won't end till 1:30 here for me. As thank you, Gabriel, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, man. That's the good thing though about oh man, excuse me, about these late night broadcasts that I do once in a while is we got that West Coast audience that keeps the chat lively, and I appreciate that as always. There was a big collision on the last play as Brian O'Neill went crashing into the net, but the Canadian goaltender Eddie Pasquale seems to be all right. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. for you, Gabriel. It's 12:18 a.m. for me. Yeah, I know, I know. You guys on the West Coast can flex all you want, being 3 hours behind me. Yeah, Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. I don't play video games, Kevin. So I think there's actually an Xbox hooked up to this TV down here. I have no idea how to use it. My brother uses it once in a while. I never found an interest in video games, so I don't I don't have a preference. You can call me weird for that, but hey, I wouldn't mind. What's good, Hugo? Hugo's in the house. I'm telling you, all the West Coast people are filing in here. That is true, Gabriel. Yes, that is the good thing for me. Champions League is at 3 in the afternoon when I get home from school for me, whereas out on the West Coast, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so not that great of a time. Yeah, you have to watch in class, exactly. And now the touch is made. This will be a delayed penalty. It'll actually be our first penalty of the game, which is surprising considering it's such a big rivalry. But Canada will go down a man. The U.S. to the power play. Yeah, I know. It's 9:20 for you. It's already Saturday for me. 12:20 here. How do I know if it's down there or not? I don't know. I think it is. Yeah, yeah. There is an Xbox thingy on the stand. I don't even know what it's called. But I don't even know if it's hooked up to the TV. My brother sometimes comes down here and uses it, so it might be. Yeah, exactly, Hugo. Yeah, the USA team is mainly college players. Yeah, NHL players are not allowed. We're not allowed to play in these Olympics because of COVID, which stinks. But still, it's great to see so many great young players here playing in the Olympics. This is the future. In fact, in this game, 4 out of the top 5 draft picks in this year's NHL draft are on the ice. 2 from the US, 2 from Canada. How long is my school day? Well, it's 7:35 to 2:10. So, you can do the math there. What is that? About 6.5 hours. Yeah. Yeah, we start at 7:35 and get out at 2:10. About halfway through the US power play as it's moved up to the left point, but that escapes the stick of Nathan Smith. Now a shorthanded opportunity, but the US recover well defensively. No, Hugo, there's no NHL players allowed in the Olympics. So, yeah, that doesn't just apply to the US. No NHL players, no matter what country they're from, were allowed because they had to make up games due to COVID postponements in the NHL. So the NHL season is playing through these Olympics, so that's why the NHL players had to stay as Canada have a short-handed chance and they score. 5:47 left in the second period, and that's huge for the Canadians. Corbin Knight with the short-handed goal. 3-2 now the score. And that was really against the run of play for Team Canada. Nice combination between Knight and Witherspoon. And Knight just firing that one into the far corner. Not enough time to react for Strauss-Mann, the goaltender for the U.S. They showed the reaction of Eric Stahl in the penalty box. He was pleased, as expected, in Canada. Just like that, make it a one-goal game again, 3-2. Your school day is 8:35 to 4. Oh, wow, Kevin. You don't get out till 4. Jeez. That sounds awful, man. I mean, maybe it's not, but I mean, starting at 8:35 would be nice. But yeah, I like how we get out at 2:10. It's nice because I'm home by 2:30 if I don't have anything after school. But yeah, starting at 7:30, it's a little too early for my liking. I am not a morning person, so getting up at 6:30 is a little bit tough. I appreciate that, Kevin. I appreciate the kind words, man. Yeah, that is true, Gabriel. Yeah, it does give young players a chance with no NHL players allowed, so that is a good point. Yep. Here's a 2-on-1. US trying to score again, but a little too unselfish that time was Brendan Brisson, who already has a goal. Tried to pass it at the last second. That pass could not be handled by the USA. And now it's Owen Power up the middle. Final 4:15 of period 2 is upon us. That's also a good question, Hugo. What college has the most players on Team USA? I am not sure. Um, I want to say Boston University, but I could be wrong. I think they have 3. A lot of colleges have 2 players here on the US. I have to check that though. Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with you, Kevin, that school is pretty boring. Yeah, I take 2 AP classes and, yeah, that I I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm taking AP Psychology and AP Calculus, which is rough. AP Psychology is just flat out boring, and then AP Calculus is very difficult. I kinda regret taking that. I should have just taken AP rather Honors Calc, but, gotta stick with it in the end. And I'm not stressing too much. I've already committed to Syracuse, so I'm not too concerned at this point. Although, yeah, EP calculus is tough. Oh, really, Gabriel? That's awesome, man. Yeah, it might be Michigan, Vaughn. I was thinking Michigan too. Do Michigan have 3 or 4 players on Team USA? I can't remember. Oh, that's nice, Gabriel. That's nice, man. I wish we had that. Down the right wing for Canada. It's taken forward by Daniel Winnick, and now a shot from distance, turned aside by, man, 2:10 left in the second period now. And all of a sudden, after that shorthanded goal by Canada, they are the ones who seem more likely to score the next goal. Through traffic, that's just wide of the net. And the puck pops out of play for a stoppage in the action. 1:55 to go in the period. You- You're lucky your parents are Mexican, so they don't check your grades. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Uh, uh. Corbin Knight did have the last goal for Canada. The assist was by Winnick. Do I know Clay Travis? I don't think so, Vaughn. No. Yeah, yeah. A decent amount of the Canadian players are in college right now. Are playing college hockey right now in the US. Yeah. Yep, Hugo. AP Calculus is hard, but it's worth it. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's worth it if you wanna go into if the field you're going into has to do with math, but if not, I don't know if it's worth it. I just took it because I'm pretty good at math. And I was like, this is an AP class that I might not mind taking, but I don't know. It's been all right, but I don't know. I'm going into sports broadcasting, so that has nothing to do with math. So it really, I don't know if it's really worth it for me, but you know, depending on how I do on the AP exam, I could, get credit and won't have to worry about that in college. So that's nice. As this is offside against the USA. 143 left in the second period now. Thanks everyone for tuning in late night. Oh, we actually have a penalty here being assessed to the US. I beg your pardon. So the United States will be down a man as it was a high hit delivered by Kenny Agostino. So Agostino, after delivering that hit on Jason Demers, heads to the box, and for the rest of the period, Canada on the power play. Yeah, the SAT is annoying. I took it twice, and I improved my score pretty significantly from first to second time, which was good. So yeah, I took it. I took it at the very end of my junior year, and then like right before school started this year for senior year, I took it at like the end of August to improve my score, which I did. So yeah, the SAT is it's just long. So here's a shot through traffic and a stave made. Man made the stop, and that puck nearly trickled over the line, but the U.S. clears. Second chance for Canada. That's blocked in the slot. Under a minute left here in period two. That pass across, broken up, and the U.S. clear it down ice. The Canadians 1 for 2 on the power play this tournament. Back in the offensive zone for Canada is Eric Stahl, the captain of this team. Half a minute left in the period now. Let's move to the point. Shot through traffic. Save made again by Mann. And the puck escapes out to the neutral zone. Canada will have to reset. Just 20 seconds left in the period now. Down the left wing, it's sent back out by Mason McTavish, sent across, and a chance at the back door, but the Canadians can't get a shot on goal. Now they do. The backhanded effort smothered by Mann. Just 3 seconds left in the period. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, luckily for me, I get a pretty good education. Massachusetts have some of the best schools in the country, so you didn't take the SAT back in your junior year in the spring of 2020. Yeah. Oh, there you go, Hugo. As that's won by Canada. Quick shot off the face-off, but it's turned aside on the effort by Corbin Knight, and that will conclude period two from Beijing. And this rivalry matchup has not disappointed so far. The U.S. up by a goal. The third period is moments away. First up, it'll be the second intermission report, so stick around. We still have 20 more minutes to go in a game that's anyone's up to this point. You plan to move to Texas in the next couple of years, Vaughn? All right, good luck in that, man, as I'll be back for the second intermission report right after this. Stick around. Welcome into the second intermission report. El Clasico on ice. Yeah, exactly. Hugo. Yeah, El Icico. I guess that's what we can call it then. Gabriel, yes. Um, let's see. What university am I planning to get into? I've already committed, Kevin. Yeah, I've already committed to Syracuse University. So yeah, I'll be they're obviously one of the best schools in the country for sports broadcasting. So yeah, I'll be heading to the Newhouse School of Communications at Syracuse, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I applied early decision there and fortunately got in. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'll be majoring in broadcast and digital journalism and yeah, looking to pursue a career in sports broadcasting. And Syracuse is a great place to a great launching pad for that. So I'm looking forward to the opportunities I'll have there, and yeah, super excited to get started in the fall at Syracuse. So 3-2 here, the U.S. in front of Canada at the break, second intermission here. 5 goals so far by 5 different players in this game. So we're seeing really the depth of both of these teams and the impact all the different lines can really make. Uh, with just under 6 minutes left in the second period, when the U.S. were on the power play, they nearly had a fourth goal, but Canada actually, what impressed me on that penalty kill was the way they converted their defense into offense. It was a great takeaway by the ultimate goal scorer on that sequence. And sorry, I'm blanking out on the name. It was right. It was Winnick with the assist there, and it was uh who scored the goal? It was Eric Odell, wasn't it? Yeah, I believe it was Odell with the Canadian goal. He was the one who stole in the defensive zone, which led to a chance at the other end. Sorry, it was Corbin Knight. It was number 9. Yeah, it was Corbin Knight with the goal. Um, and then towards the end of that second period, the Canadians would have a couple of more good looks. In fact, a real good opportunity from one knee for Ho-Sang, but he just completely misfired it and missed the target. And so that could be a costly missed chance for Canada come the third period. All right, man, that's impressive, Kevin. Yeah, good luck. Good luck in getting into Princeton or an Ivy League university, man. That obviously not easy, but it looks like you've really pushed yourself as hard as you could um, to set yourself up to perhaps get accepted into an Ivy League school. So that's awesome, man. Best of luck. What other schools was I looking at? Yeah, so Hugo, I got accepted to 6 other schools. I got accepted to Arizona State, Quinnipiac, Emerson. Uh, let me think. Ithaca and Fordham. I feel like I'm missing another one. Um, yeah, I might be missing one other one, but yeah, those were the schools I was looking at, and I got accepted to all the schools I applied to except Northeastern. Northeastern deferred me to regular decision. I applied early action, so they didn't they didn't defer. Well, yeah, they deferred to regular decisions, so they didn't necessarily reject me. That's what the word I was looking for, but they said you can apply again regular decision and see what you can do. But I don't have to worry about that. I got into my early decision school, which I'm super happy about. So yeah, looking forward to heading to Syracuse in the fall. Yeah, they waitlisted me, but Northeastern is an incredibly hard school to get into. I mean, I think they have only like a 10% acceptance rate. So here the Arizona State is a party school. Yeah, I've heard the same, but they also have a really good sports broadcasting program there at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. But I didn't want to go that far away from home. that's a little too far for me. So yeah, but I'm happy with my decision to head to Syracuse. So yeah. All right, I'll be back after a quick break, looking ahead to period 3 between Canada and the U.S. All right, I'll welcome you right back in quickly as we get closer and closer to the third period of play. Um, of course, back in the 1980 Winter Olympics, no one will ever forget Miracle on Ice, an incredible fairy tale story as the U.S. as huge underdogs would beat the Soviet Union and would go on to win the Olympics. But as I mentioned earlier, that team back in 1980 comprised of players from just 4 states. This team is much more diverse in the sense of how many states these players come from. So that is definitely a big difference this time around. Do I have to wear a mask this fall when I go to Syracuse? I don't know, Vaughn. I don't think they've decided that yet. Hopefully not. um, I- Hopefully by the fall we'll have it all under control. I know at my high school, we still have to wear masks now, but starting February 28th, the mask mandate goes away in all schools here in Massachusetts, which will be nice. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, Syracuse, I'm sure, I'm pretty sure are far away from making that decision for the fall, but I'll have to wait and see. All right, I'll be back in a moment. Step aside. Just got to use the bathroom. Third period is just around the corner. As I welcome you back in, here are the thoughts of Ben Myers, one of the goal scorers for the U.S.
Yeah, we just got to keep skating. I thought in the first period we really just outskated them, and then kind of got away from it in the second period there. So just got to keep that up. Ben, thank you. Good luck in the third. Thank you.
All right, those are the quick thoughts of Ben Myers for Team USA, the United States trying to close out this game against their rivals, Canada. What's going on, Juice Zone? Go USA. That's right. Love to see the USA support here on the stream. Hugo says he caught COVID last week. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. That stinks. Just had a fever for one day. That's good that he didn't have uh, too many symptoms. That's good to hear. Yeah, luckily well, to my knowledge, haven't got it. My brother actually had COVID like a month ago. Um, but I never I never had any symptoms or anything like that. I mean, um, I have been vaccinated, got the booster too, so uh I feel pretty safe going around and doing things. I hope we get back to normal soon. I really do, or at least close to normal. But we'll see how soon that comes. All right, third period is next. Ben Myers with the third period goal for the United States. Canada would get one back. Corbin Knight making it a 1-goal game again, and the third period is on the other side. Ah, you're not vaccinated, Hugo? All right, man. Well, I won't get into that debate of whether or not, who should be, whether or not everyone should be vaccinated or not. I'm pro-vaccine, but people can be against that. I don't care. It's your personal choice at the end of the day. I'm not the type of person who's gonna argue with you like other people do. I mean, it is what it is. You had COVID back in December, Vaughn. All right, yeah. Well, I feel like most people have had it by now, but both my dad and brother have had it now. But yeah. All right, I'll be back after this. Third period is next. I'm just gonna try to stay awake here for the third period. Stick around. Canada, USA. US up 3-2. We are now ready to go for the start of period 3 from Beijing. Game number 2 of these Winter Olympics for both Canada and the USA. And all to play for here in the final 20 minutes. It is the preliminary round. Both of these teams in Group A. Top team in each of the 3 groups will automatically qualify for the quarterfinals, plus the best group runner-up. All the other 8 teams will have to play in a qualification round. As Canada will start the third period, still on the power play, but not much time remaining on that man advantage. Thanks everyone who's stuck around, as we're 12 minutes from 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. Am I pro mask? I mean, not really. I think if you're vaccinated, no. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm pro-choice. If I had the choice, I'm vaccinated, so I feel pretty safe. So I won't. I'm not. I feel fine not wearing a mask at this point. I mean, it's been 2 years since COVID started, so I feel pretty good about myself. But yeah, I feel like people should have the right. I don't necessarily agree with a mask mandate for everything like we have at school right now, where everyone has to wear a mask. I think people should have the option, should have the choice whether or not they want to wear it. I'm not going to criticize people who want to wear a mask. That's fine. But I think we should have the option not to wear it if we don't want to. By the way, there was a high stick taken there by a U.S. player. That was Aaron Ness, who took one to the face. And it looks like that will result in a penalty against Canada, a slashing call against Eric Stahl. That's the second penalty against him today. Ness is now stretching out that left arm of his, so perhaps multiple injuries sustained on that play. Face off won by Canada. Myers will win it. Canada down by 1. Next game for the U.S., the final preliminary game, will be Sunday morning here in the U.S., 8:10 a.m. Eastern Time, when they take on Germany. That's how your Super Bowl Sunday can get started. I won't be on the call for that. That's 8 a.m. start. That's I'd rather call a game really late than that early. Plus, we got the Super Bowl that night, so I gotta save my voice for that. As this puck is ice, the U.S. are now the ones on the power play. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I'm the same, Vaughn. I'm anti. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sort of anti-mask and pro-vax. Yeah, I'm certainly pro-vax, and yeah. I mean, I guess you could say it. I'm not like an anti-masker. Like everyone needs to take off their masks. Doesn't bother me what other people do, but as I said, I think each person should have the right to do what they feel like they want to do, whether that's not wear a mask or wear one. What time is the Super Bowl? 6:30 Eastern time, so 3:30 for you, Hugo. As this puck is fought for in the corner, the U.S. come away with it. Here's a chance. It's cleared away right in front of the goal crease. All the way down it goes to the U.S. goaltender, Strauss Mann. Man will leave it for the oncoming Nick Perbix. Just 27 seconds left on the U.S. power play. Gaining the line here is Nathan Smith. He sends it to the near corner. Canada trying to clear. Excuse me, and they do. It'll go all the way back to Mann. Just 15 seconds remaining on the power play as Canada try to kill it off. 2 minutes played in the third period from China. This puck back out to center where it'll be fired around the inboards. Power play all over. So Stahl out of the box for Canada. They're back to even strength. The U.S. maintaining the 3-2 lead with still plenty of time remaining. This is now back with Adam Cracknell for Canada. Goes to the far corner where Canada keep the possession alive. It's over to the point, and they were looking for a redirection, but it's broken up in front of the crease by Jake Sanderson. Canada back into the offensive zone, down the left wing. It's a block pass, second chance. There's the shot, and it zips just wide. Canada posing a real threat here as they seek out the equalizing goal. Now it's over to the right circle. That shot sent wide of the net. Chance there was a decent one for Maxime Noreau, and from the blue line, Mann able to cover up for USA. That last opportunity coming for Tyler Wotherspoon. Oh, is that right, Hugo? Yeah. Yeah, I mean you're right near the Super Bowl festivities, right? That's pretty cool, man. Pass to Myers broken up. Here come the United States. Flipped ahead by O'Neill, and now Demers will win it back. Puck sent up the right wing boards where it's controlled behind the net by Mann, who nearly turned it over. It's now back out to center ice with Team Canada. 16 minutes remaining, U.S. up by a goal. Four minutes gone in the third period. Thanks everyone for your company. Close to 1 a.m. here in Eastern U.S., 2 p.m. in Beijing where this game is taking place. Canada will reset behind their own goal. And this puck wound all the way down the ice for an icing call. Face-off coming back in the Canadian zone. Once again, excuse me with the yawning. It is getting quite late here. You're about an hour away. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Hugo. Yeah, you're not too far away from all the action. I'm sure LA is quite the destination right now with all of the Super Bowl festivities taking place. Battle for the puck along the inboards. Beniers comes up with it and gets it to his teammate Aaron Ness. 5 minutes have elapsed here in the third period. This is swung around, but intercepted by the USA. Entering the zone is Brendan Brisson. He'll dump it in on the backhand where it's claimed behind the net. And that puck, all of a sudden, shot on target and a save made by Pasquale. And complete mayhem in front of the net as no one could really locate the puck. Eventually, the play blown dead by the official. There was actually a redirection in front of the net by Nathan Smith of the U.S. And then plenty of pushing and shoving afterwards between the two sets of players. This face-off will be to the left of Pasquale. Canada will win it. They've been the superior team on the face-off circle. But the U.S. with more shots on goal today, 25-22. Sanderson fights for the puck. And he'll backhand it out. Looked like that puck landed in the Canadian bench area for a stoppage in play. Yeah, Gabriel, they actually, believe it or not, do have a World Cup of hockey that has been staged in the past. Yeah. Although they haven't staged that in a while. It's a little inconsistent in when they schedule it. But Vaughn was mentioning earlier that they're trying to have one what in 2 years, did he say? So yeah, they have had it before, a World Cup of hockey, as they call it. But I guess the Olympics are typically like the World Cup for hockey players, although the last two Olympics now, no NHL players have been allowed as that puck trickles through and is in through the pads of Pasquale, and the United States, the beneficiary of a mistake from the Canadian goaltender. It's Agostino, who will get credit for the goal. Just a slap shot from the high slot. And it finds the back of the net. Sometimes you need a bit of fortune. And this was one of those moments where that fortune came in handy for the United States. Wow. Yeah, that's just a bad mistake for Eddie Pasquale, the Canadian goaltender. I mean, yes, it was shot with plenty of power from Agostino, but if you're the goaltender there, you can't let that puck split through your legs. The Team USA watch party taking place in Park City, Utah, and they're loving it. 4-2. US up by 2 again. Wow. Yeah, in 2024. That's right, Vaughn. Yep. Thanks for that. Not really. Team USA aren't really, no, they're not a contender for gold just because they don't have any NHL players. Yeah, Russia is the team that's the favorite, Hugo, because they have, the best KHL players on their roster, and KHL obviously the second best league behind the NHL. But yeah, Russia are the favorites. I think the US are fifth favorites, so maybe they could I think they can make the semifinals and maybe win a medal and surprise some people. We'll see. I'm sure it does hurt, Gabriel, for you being Canadian as a whistle stops play. And yeah, Pasquale must be feeling terrible about that goal conceded. But Canada will just have to look past it. Kenny Agostino with the goal, and it was Nhl with the assist. He scored the opening goal of the game for the U.S. And yeah, Canada, that U.S. goal all stemmed from Canada just not being able to control the puck and clear it out of their end. And then, yeah, bad mistake from the Canadian goaltender, one he'd love to have back. I thought it went through the pads at first, but it actually just slipped underneath the glove and trickled in. Yeah, I guess you can fall back on that, Gabriel, the Canadian soccer team doing well. Interesting. All right, yeah, let me pull it up. Let me pull up the odds, Hugo. Um, yeah, here it is. So Russia are the favorites. Finland are second favorites. Oh, I was just gonna say that, and then Sweden are third favorites. Canada fourth. Czech Republic are actually fifth favorites. The U.S. are sixth favorites. Thought they were fifth. Czech Republic actually have better odds than the U.S. And then Switzerland, Germany, Slovakia, Denmark, Latvia, and China in that order. So yeah, basically Russia and then yeah, Finland, Sweden are up there as well for gold medal contenders. Last Olympics, Germany actually made a surprise run to the final as that puck was redirected in front of the net, but man denies Jordan Wheel from close range. Canada in desperate need of a goal, trailing 4-2 here, approaching the halfway point of the third period from Beijing. Yeah, USA beating the odds right now. Exactly. I know it's just a preliminary game, but this could be huge for them because a win in this game would certainly set them up well to win the group and therefore clinch a spot in the quarterfinals and get a bye, not have to deal with that qualification round. 12:07 to play. Welcome in, Carter. Thanks for tuning in. Carter says USA winning gold. I sure hope you're right. Gonna make a movie out of it. I hope so, man. I hope so. USA unable to clear, and the puck still loose as the rebound was spilled by Mann. Now it's up in the high slot with Owen Power. Excuse me. Where did I get Parker from? Owen Power shot turned aside. Canada very well aware of how soon they need another goal. This is up to the right point. Slap shot, saved by Mann again. That opportunity came about for Descharnay, I believe. Now it's along the end boards. U.S. still unable to clear, but now they do. It's back out to the neutral zone. A D-to-D pass by Alex Grant. Brought ahead down the right wing by Daniel Winnick. Winnick will swing it around to the left side. Here's a slap shot from distance. Great block by the U.S., and it could lead to an odd man rush. And that pass from O'Neill broken up as he was looking for Agostino, who scored the last American goal. Taken away momentarily by Nhl. Nhl giving it back to the Canadians. Yeah, you can't sleep on the Czech Republic. They always have quality players. David Krejci, who I still love, former Boston Bruin, is playing for the Czech Republic in these Olympics. He actually now plays in the Czech League. Yeah, you can't sleep on them. We're halfway through the third period. 4-2 USA. What a big win this would be if they can hold on against their rivals, Canada. This puck out to the neutral zone where it's picked up by Mark Barberio. Indirect pass collected off the wall. Barberio slipped on the ice. Canada keep the offensive possession alive. It's into the far corner now. I wouldn't have my hopes up on that, Hugo. I don't think American football will become a part of the Olympics in our lifetime, anyways. It's called American football for a reason. There's just not enough people worldwide who are interested or play it. I mean, the U.S. It wouldn't even be fair. The U.S. would just completely dominate every team. Should MLB players play in the Olympics? Yeah, I think so, Vaughn. I think that would make it much more interesting and fun. Canada with a takeaway and the backhanded chance shut down by Mann. It was a good look for Alex Grant. Under 9 minutes to play now in regulation from Beijing at the Indoor Sports Arena. This is sent along by Farrell. Beijing, the first city ever to host both the Summer and now Winter Olympics. This is sent in deep by the USA, just trying to see this game out. Nathan Smith, physical on the forecheck. I mean, I suppose, Hugo, but first of all, so if American football was an Olympic sport, you'd have the U.S., which would basically be an NFL all-star team, against what? Yeah, Canadian players, Mexican players, Japanese players. I mean, the game would be over after 5 minutes. It would be a joke. I mean, the U.S. would just dominate. Yeah, sorry, Gabriel. I wasn't able to do a live stream for any AFCON games. I apologize, man. I was just too busy with everything going on. I wasn't able to do an AFCON game. I wish I could have, but I just couldn't find the time. As that's a glove save. A look at the Group A standings. Both the U.S. and Canada with 3 points after one game. Germany and China, no points. They'll face off later today. You get 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win, 1 point for an overtime loss. That's why the U.S. record, for example, reads 1-0-0-0. Yeah, I still followed AFCON pretty closely, Gabriel, as closely as I could, and I saw some of the final, saw the end of it, and yeah, it was a fun tournament. In my opinion, the tournament got better as it went on. There were some great knockout stage games, and yeah, I was happy for Mane and Senegal for winning the tournament. It was a fun tournament. I've got to say so myself. As play will resume with a face-off in the Canadian zone to the right of Pasquale. Another win at the dot by Canada. 7.5 left in the third period. This puck wound around the end boards. Now it's in the far corner. Moved up to the point. Canada with the takeaway. And here they come into the USA zone. And the Americans will clear. Getting a stick on that puck was Brian O'Neill. Time running out for Canada, who trail by 2. It's a good bit of skill. The shot going wide. And the U.S. will once again clear. Yeah, it was unique, Gabriel, with Mane and Salah going head-to-head in that AFCON final. Icing called with 6:45 remaining. Best non-American player in the NFL. That's a very interesting question. I know Chase Claypool's from Canada, right? I have to think uh he'd be a contestant for that title, Vaughn. But I don't know. Maybe there's a few NFL players that I just didn't realize were from outside of the U.S. I don't know many though. This is a chance for Canada, and they try to jam it home. The puck's still loose. Couple of blocks in front. Is back to his feet as man. A one-timer blocked again. The U.S. have just been fantastic defensively, as that's a shot from distance, and man will cover up. And the Canadians starting to feel some frustration. Oh, yeah, that's right, Hugo. There are a few kickers and punters from Australia. That's true. Um, Yeah, NFL is pretty popular in the UK. The NFL, of course, plays some games in the UK every year. Yeah, I thought Claypool was from Canada. Who do I hope will win the Super Bowl? I'm hoping Cincinnati wins it. There will be a penalty assessed here to the US. Heading to the box for the Americans will be knees. So a power play for Canada, and right away off the face-off, a puck comes towards goal. Covering up his man, who's had a solid performance in net for the U.S. First start of these Olympics. So Matt Nyes is in the box. Canada 1 for 3 on the power play this tournament. Here's a slap shot, another block by U.S. defenseman. And now they'll clear. Under 6 minutes remain in regulation. Time running out here in this one. U.S. so far 100% on the penalty kill in these Olympics. United States once again clears the puck. 1:15 remaining on the power play. Good combination play by Canada, and that shot just wide. Best chance yet this period. It was Eric O'Dell with the opportunity. Final 5 minutes now. Halfway through the power play. Edge of the circle. It's held by Adam Tambellini. Tambellini down low to the goal line. Pass into the slot. Intercepted. U.S. can't quite clear. 45 seconds on the power play. Backdoor chance. Shot whiffed on there on the opportunity for Tambellini, and now a penalty being assessed, it appears. And it looks like it's Eric Stahl. No, it's not. It's a penalty against the U.S. All right. Heading to the box for the United States. Let's see who that is. It appears to be, is that Noah Cates? I'll have to double check. Either way, Canada are going to have a 5-on-3 for about 30 seconds. So what a chance this is for Canada, as they'll be up 2 men. Eric Stahl was actually on the receiving end of what was a high stick by Steven Kampfer. There it is. Steven Kampfer in the box, the former Boston Bruin. I remember when Kampfer was on the Bruins. He's one of a very few older players on this team, veteran players. It's mainly all young college players. But Kampfer, one of those veterans who can really lead the team. Timeout has been called by Canada, as they'll try to draw something up here. They'll have 31 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey. 4:37 remaining now in regulation. Appreciate all of you who have stuck around late night. It's now 1:15 in the morning here on the East Coast. And I got to wake up for a rec basketball game tomorrow morning. All right, here are Canada. Over to the left circle, played down low. Time running out on the 5-on-3. In the far corner, it's picked up by Eric Stahl. Chance one-timer, a nice stop by Mann. It comes right back out to the original shooter, who appeared to be Winnick, and now from way out, Mann will glove this puck. He's looked real comfortable between the pipes so far this afternoon. Now it's 5-on-4, 1:27 left on that power play for Canada. They couldn't capitalize on the 5-on-3. U.S. still with that 2-goal advantage. I appreciate that, Hugo. I appreciate that, man. Definitely not one of my best streams just because of how late it is, but hey, I'm trying. I wanted to do at least one Olympic hockey game. Hopefully I can do a few more, but during the week while I have school, it's just impossible for me to do these games because the games are at either 11 p.m. or 8 a.m. 11 p.m. is way too late on school nights, and then 8 a.m. I'm literally at school. So the weekend is the only window I have really of opportunity, as that shot deflects over the boards on the opportunity for Owen Power. But credit to the commentators for NBC Sports, because all of the commentators for these Olympics are in the Bristol, Connecticut studios rather than being on site in Beijing because of COVID. So they are commentating all of these games, all of these events on a 13-hour time difference as well, mainly through the middle of the night. By the way, Canada now outshooting the U.S. 32-27 when shots on goal. We're halfway through the Canadian power play with 3.5 left in regulation. What's good, Nate? Welcome back in, man. Sent over to the edge of the left circle. Canada get a shot on goal, and I stop again by Mann. He's been tested often this period, so he's been up to the task. Here's another drive. Mann makes another save, and now looking to clear is the U.S. Agostino couldn't get it out of the zone. Canada still going. That's saucered diagonally off the corner boards. 3 minutes remaining in period 3. This is circled around the net. Pass to the right circle. A short side stop by Mann. Still a rebound loose. That pass blocked, and the U.S. clear. That should do it for the penalty kill by the United States. Yeah, Vaughn, I do have school on Valentine's Day, yeah. 2.5 remaining in the third. Bursting ahead with speed is Jordan Wheel. Canada have to consider pulling the goalie soon, as that's saved and covered up by the glove of Mann. What a performance from him. 4-2, U.S. in front. Final minutes now. U.S. on the verge of victory, and what a big win it would be against Canada, their rivals, of course. And actually, that opportunity moments ago from McTavish that I thought Mann saved actually hit the crossbar. Canada perhaps a bit unfortunate on that sequence. Just absolutely nothing is going in for the Canadians here in this final period of play. We'll see how these final 2+ minutes play out. But yeah, Strauss-Mann has to be a big talking point tonight or this afternoon there in China. He has been great between the pipes for the U.S. We'll see if he gets the start Sunday against Germany. And Canada have pulled their goalie. Eddie Pasquale is on the bench for an extra skater. So an empty net to make it a 6-on-5 in favor of Canada. .220 remaining in the third period. That pass deflected in front, but a good eye by Mann, who snatches it out of the air for a stoppage. 2:16 to play. Canada win another face-off in the offensive zone, trying to get a third goal to make things interesting late, as this is a chance in front. Man, another stop, a whole lot of traffic in front of him as the U.S. try to clear. Final 2 minutes of the third period now. Again, this puck is Ness, but it's kept alive by Canada. That puck deflects off the boards, and the U.S. get it out. Canada will have to retrieve in their own end. A shot at the empty net. It's wide of the target. 95 seconds to play. United States 90 seconds away from a huge win here in the preliminary round, as that swooping pass is picked off and now chipped out of danger by Brian Cooper. It will be an icing call as that attempted shot went just wide of the net. Face-off coming back in the U.S. zone with 1:13 remaining. Oh man, I'm having trouble keeping my eyelids open at this point. But it'll all be worth it if the U.S. can hold on, which it looks like they're in good shape to do. Beniers in a battle here on the face-off draw. The U.S. finally come away with a face-off win. Cooper flips it into the air and now brought through the neutral zone. A big collision as Beniers hit the deck. 53 seconds remaining. Who else is who else is in the US's group, you mean, in the preliminary round? Yeah, so it's other than Canada, it's this shot could go on goal, but not quite. It's just wide right. No icing. 30 seconds left. It's also China and Germany in our group, Hugo. Oh, yeah, I'm going to sleep right when this game ends, Nate. Yeah, Matt turned to Arsenal. I'm happy for him, man. I think it's a well-deserved move, if I'm being honest, Gabriel. 13 seconds remaining now. And the USA are going to come out victorious against Canada. 5 seconds. Shot into the empty net. It is wide, but it doesn't matter because there's just 0.6 remaining. Icing called. There'll be a face-off back in the U.S. zone, but it's all over now, folks. Canada will drop to 1-1. The United States improving to 2-0, and now Canada in danger of not getting a bye into the quarterfinals and having to play in the qualification round as the face-offs won by the U.S. and the final horn sounds in Beijing. And on this Saturday afternoon, the United States defeat their rivals Canada 4-2. A statement win for the U.S., who are now in prime position to finish atop the group when they face Germany on Sunday morning here in the U.S. Well, that was worth it, folks. I'm glad I got to call this rivalry matchup. Tell you what, the U.S., a lot of young guys, college players, but they're a confident bunch, and they're showing that right here. I can't stay live all night, Nate. I'm about to fall asleep. But, yeah, USA get the W, absolutely, Vaughn. And now a chance to end the preliminary round with a perfect record. If they can beat Germany on Sunday morning, they'll do just that. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. 4-2, the United States defeat Canada in Game 2 of the prelims. A big win indeed, Carter. Hope everyone enjoyed. I'll see you for the Super Bowl on Sunday night. It's bye for now. The United States beat Canada in men's hockey at the Winter Olympics. Bye for now.